Hey friends, welcome back to the channel. If you're new here, my name is Timo and I'm a business student at the WU University of Economics and Business in Vienna. And today I'm going to talk about how you can make money during your time in college. I'm dividing this video into 5 different parts. I'm going to start with how you can make money renting stuff, how you can make money selling your stuff, how you can basically money do work, and the best 2 parts at the end, that's entrepreneurship and doing passive income. For each of the 5 categories I have 3 examples, so in total we have 15 methods or ways you can make money in college, and I believe there is at least one category for everyone in this video. Alright, let's start with the first category, renting your stuff. In my first year of university, I was often traveling between home and Vienna, the city I study, and I lived in a shared apartment with 6 other roommates. And I don't know, maybe I didn't like it that much there and I missed home a little bit. So I went home quite often, and during that time I rented out my room to business travelers or just tourists that want to come to Vienna. It was only a 12 square foot room, but the whole apartment was in a pretty center area, so I could rent out the room for approximately double the price. I paid around 500 euros a month for my room, and that's about 16 euros a day, and I rented it out for 30 euros plus cleaning fees. That's about 100% gain on the room. And I went home about like every 2 weeks probably, or sometimes also every month. So I basically lived rent-free my whole first semester there. Regarding the cleaning, I luckily had roommates who did the same thing. So when I was there, I cleaned their room for Airbnb guests, and when I was gone, they cleaned my room. And so we basically lived there rent-free. Of course, you have to have roommates who are okay with this and roommates who clean properly, because one time I had a complaint that the room was pretty dirty from a guest, and you really don't want to have bad reviews on Airbnb, because Airbnb is gonna punish you for this. So make sure your roommates are okay with this and they clean well. The next example is renting out a room in your apartment. Is basically the same. You can offer a room via Airbnb or for long-term stay for other people. If you rent an entire apartment, or even if you have an apartment, but I assume that you only rent an apartment. And through the other tenants' payments, you can basically live rent-free or cover some of your expenses in a month. The third method of renting your stuff is renting out your car, if you have one. In Europe it's not that common, but in America I think most of the people have a car too. And yeah, you can basically, if you're studying or if you're spending most of your time on campus, you can rent out your car on pages like Turo and yeah, cover your expenses for your car. Alright, my second category is selling your stuff, and really selling your stuff, not selling stuff that belongs to somebody else, like these boats. These are not mine, unfortunately, yet. So there are basically unlimited possibilities in this category, but I'm gonna tell you about a few that I did. Here in Austria we have pages like Willhaben or eBay Kleinanzeigen. In US there is Craigslist, for example, where you can find things for free, or categories that offer products under like 20 euros, for example. Scroll there, and if you find valuable stuff, just go there, and if it's free, just pick it up. You have to be fast though, because there are hundreds or thousands of people in these categories and searching for products all the time. So be fast and you can flip them for a profit. My second example for this category is selling your class notes if they're high quality. I personally didn't do that because my class notes weren't that high quality, but there are pages like Studoku and Unidog where you can sell and upload your class notes and make a few bucks by literally just studying. If you think you have a good eye for photos at places like these, you can simply upload your photos to websites like Shutterstock or iStock Photo and get paid if someone else wants to use your photo. Alright, third category, work. With this category I mean being employed, not doing self-employed stuff. Ideally, of course, you find like a part-time job, like an internship at a company that brings you further in life, that gives you knowledge. That's not always the case because these places are rare. So I put together a few jobs that I think are worth your time and don't consume too much of your brain power. I think you can work up to 20 hours a week. I personally did 20 hours a week. That was fine. I think if you do more, then it gets hard to keep up with the study. with friends. So I would take a job that you really enjoy, that you can do for possibly a longer time. Of course, you can just start working at McDonald's or so. That's fine for the beginning. But what I would recommend are the following. Start as a social media manager. Every one of us is on social media and we all know how it works, but some boomers might not know it. So just search for jobs there, or even text some companies, hey, I saw you don't really have an Instagram page. Can I be your Instagram manager? We know all that it's a great tool to get more customers. And I did this at the company 20 hours a week, and it was pretty simple. I could come and go whenever I wanted to, and I basically only had to bring in the results at the end of the month. Second is modeling. They pay you up to a few $100s a shoot, and if you have an Instagram page that has a few followers, or a few thousand followers maybe, that might be even a bonus, because then they give you free clothes, or they go into a collaboration with you. I had a few collaborations, for example, with Abercrombie and Fitch, and that's definitely a method you can try out while you're studying. Third example of this category is being a tutor at your university. We all know what it is. It's a basic job, but it pays you some. All right, let's get to some interesting stuff. Entrepreneurship. There are, of course, endless opportunity in this category. And if you found one that you really like and you make a lot of money, you probably consider quitting your studies and doing this full time. It basically depends on what your goals are. What have I done in this category? I built up my Instagram page over like 1 to 3 years, and realized then that I can monetize my content because I got around 30,000 followers there. But already when you have a few thousand followers, companies and brands might reach out to you, or you can reach out to them and you can get free stuff. You can get paid for your collaboration. Of course, the more follower and the more engagement you have, the better chances you have of doing this. For example, I have financed many of my trips through Instagram, or also I had a collaboration with Abercrombie and Fitch where they paid me for doing posts with their clothes. And if you have a following or a own brand there, you can of course further develop this into a business. Start selling your own products, have employees who do the posts for you, etc., etc. So yeah, my first example in this category is creating a blog or Instagram page. I would start off by creating an Instagram theme page. You just create a page like Earth Pics, for example. You repost other creators' content. Of course, you have to ask for permission if you can repost them and then also tag them. But like this, you can build very quickly a large following, and brands might to collaborate with you. You can go into any niches. There is literally endless opportunities. You can go into big niches like cats, nature, or traveling, but also like small like niches like fishing, I don't know, cooking, whatever comes in your mind. And you can basically schedule all your posts on the weekend and then post them during your study time during the week. That's not too much time consuming. All right, I got a bit chilly out here, but let's continue. Second thing I've done in this category is becoming a photographer on Airbnb. Not many people know this, but on Airbnb you can not only book rooms, you can also book experiences, and you can just go there on Airbnb in every major city and apply to be an experience host. And there you can basically do experiences like offer cooking for guests, local cooking, be a photographer, show them around your cities, do like a bicycle tour. Just go there once and figure out what you might want to do. I did photography because I'm quite good at photography, and the nice thing there is that you don't have to look for customers or do customer acquisition yourself, because Airbnb will just send out automatically to other to guests who stay in your city emails that you offer photography, and then they will see you and can book you. And what is also nice, that you can choose your time slots like individually as you want. You can say, I have time Thursday from 4 to 5, and then someone might book you, or you only have time on the weekend and someone might book you. And Airbnb takes a 20% cut, but I think for the service that you get basically millions of customers that travel to your city every year, this is a very easy and not time consuming but quite lucrative way to start a business. Last but not least in this category is building an e-commerce business. This is of course very lucrative right now. I started off in this category by doing print on demand. I am designing t-shirts, hoodies and stuff and putting them on Amazon. and if someone buys it, I make a profit out of this. And the good thing is you do your work once and people can buy your t-shirts like all year long, years from now. So you put in work at some point in the time and you can make a pretty steady income out of it. There are also other opportunities like, for example, dropshipping. I also have a look into this. If you want to hear more about this, let me know in the comments. And last but not least, our category passive income. I would say that's the king discipline of making money, not just in college, because everyone is dreaming of this financial freedom, so you don't have to work anymore. It's a common word right now, but what you can do in college already to achieve this are the following. First example is stocks, especially dividend stocks. I can do a lot of videos about this. It's basically you put money into stocks, into mostly like blue chip stocks, and they pay you a dividend every quarter, every year based on their earnings and performance, and you have to do nothing about it except being patient and believe in your investing thesis. Second example of this is real estate. This is mostly not so suitable for students because it's hard to get a loan while you're in college and don't have a job. But it's of course one of the most used wealth building methods. Last but not least, a YouTube channel. A YouTube channel is a pretty good source of passive income. If you have built a large audience and uploaded quite a lot of videos, your videos will be watched even if you don't upload anymore and can bring you incomes many years later. Alright, these were my 15 examples of how to make money in college. Let me know in the comments which category you want to know more of, and if you have any questions. Until then, goodbye and thank you for watching.